All right, man. We're back again in that black court. Hey, another wonderful week. Jay, how you doing, big man?
Man, you know what? I appreciate that. Now you ask me how I'm doing. Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
doing great, man. How you doing? You having a good week so far?
I do, man, because you ask every week, so I figure I'd get out ahead of you. Man, having a great week, a blessed week.
Man,
Lord is good. So,
yeah, same thing here, man. Just, I got a lot of big goals. I know you do as well for 2022. So I just been plugging away, man. So, but, when it comes to Thursday, I'm just really hyped to see you, man. See my man, LG, and, get in that black court.
LG got the expensive sweater on and everything,
Yeah,
man. So he looking good today, man.
I'm gonna got that Oxford joint on today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With the padded elbows on that.
You looking good over there, boy. You looking good over there, man.
Got the cushion elbows on that thing, boy. That's so you can lay right in that thing.
That's
I know.
Right, that's right, dog. That's right. You can do a lot of typing in that. Boy. You got the pads right there. Boy. You can do a lot of typing with that.
Yeah, man. LG got the foots on. He got the Velvet Crush hush puppies on, dog.
Yeah, man. You know the pandemic's winding down, man. People are starting to wear expensive clothes again and all that. So it's good to see LG looking like that, man.
Yeah, man. Spending all their Bitcoin money, man. What's up?
Hey, man, you know I got a smile on my face.
Why is that?
Man, come on, dog. Them Tar Heels.
You like you looking like I was looking last week.
What? Dog.
Yeah.
Man, I went down and watched the game with my frat brother. I was pessimistic. I didn't think the Tar Heels could do it, man.
Yeah.
But they handled business, man. Historic moment for the Tar Heels.
I've known you so long that, I know your routines when it comes to watching the Tar Heels. And you kind of like me. Like, I was a little afraid to go to the game last week. I'm like, I'm traveling all the way up here to Chapel Hill, man. I hope these dudes don't lose. And so now, man, they kind of doing what they call a hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
You starting to say, okay, I'm expecting them to win.
I know, man. I know I don't think I've watched the whole Tar Heel game in 5 years.
What? Because of your...
Yeah, I get too stressed.
Yeah,
get
man.
too anxious, get too hyped. So Felicia laughs, man. I always walk out of the room when it's on. I can watch it on the computer, like watch the score.
Yeah.
But I came up. So this is the first time I watched, and boy, it turned out perfect, man.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of those boys, man. It looks like they've grown up a little bit throughout the year.
Yeah.
You know what? The game I went to against Syracuse, they really fought back. Now we've been gone. Something major happened since last week, but I ain't gonna steal your joy. Steal your thunder. You want to talk about what happened Saturday night, though?
Oh, what's that?
When they played Duke.
Oh yeah, dog, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm hyped about, man. It was amazing. And so, at law firms we do our files, right?
Yeah.
And we set the papers in the files a lot of times in terms of time-related sequence or legal significance.
Okay.
So I made a Tar Heel file for our fans out there, our subscribers and
It's
everything.
beautiful, man. That color of the folder is popping
man.
already.
Exactly.
I like that.
In terms of significance. So you got this one first.
Oh,
Go Heels. That Ram, baby.
Ooh,
Excited.
Hey,
Excited.
Y'all got a new printer. That thing look good.
Yes,
boy.
sir. Yes, sir. LG printer. Then I got this one right here, with the new Ram design and all that.
Oh, that's the millennial logo.
This millennial logo right here. That's right. Everybody,
That's a new joint right there.
I don't know what millennial means. Everybody 8 and under. This is what y'all want. Okay. Then you got this kind of fly thing right here. It's not as fancy as the other one.
No, that's a mark. They use that for clothing, for all that merch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is what I
limited edition joints.
This is what I really want to show the Duke fans. I put this in black and white. And y'all, I don't want y'all to ever forget what happened Saturday night.
Yo,
never forget. I don't care what you all do over at Duke. I don't care if it's 100 basketball years from now. Coach K's retirement night, we took it from him, dog.
So let me paint the scene for you. Do you know my wife, my lovely wife, Crystal? Shout out to her. But she's a Duke fan, bro.
Yeah.
So Crystal's a Duke fan, and we try to have proper etiquette and everything. When Carolina Duke's playing, we'll kind of, we'll let out a little yes, a little. We'll do a little bit of that, right? So I start looking at the game. The pre-game ceremonies and stuff. I'm sitting there, they done drug up like 100 players from the history of Duke. And I'm sitting there like, they know they playing Carolina tonight, right?
Man.
Like these dudes trying to The young folks said they thought they were gonna smoke on the Tar Heel pack that night. Man, I started jumping up, screaming, and everything. Man, I was so excited to get that win.
I was so scared though, man. I thought Duke was gonna run him out.
I thought so too, man.
And it just, as the game wore on, you were like, wait a minute, man, these dudes might do this. Then when it got with about 3 minutes left, I was like, man, these dudes are gonna do this.
But Ken, see, what's funny about even what you're saying is the same feeling that I think most of us had. We were a little bit nervous the way that they whooped Carolina in the previous game. So you came into this game like, yo, these dudes, you know, it's a celebratory night. Everybody's there. You know, all right, they probably going to beat us. But you know what? As we started to see them fight, it started to, you know, like your old Carolina pride started coming up like, hold up, like these dudes really planned all of this against Carolina? That didn't make any sense. So by the second half, I was all the way in, bro.
Man, I was too, man. And it turned out so great. But then now you got to be nervous because you know.
I'm good.
Look, this is something we can eat off of for a long time. I'm talking about like years and years and years.
Yeah.
And then, but you wonder what's going to happen at the ACC tournament. They play Virginia tonight. So, you know, it could be one of those things where we expended all the energy. But for that night and forever. Hey, they can't live that down. And I tell you, it's funny. Some of the Duke fans know it. Usually when we go back and forth, you know, they got some rebuttals and all that, but they're really straining to come back now when you talk about what happened on K's retirement night, man. It's crazy.
Ken, I don't care. They can lose tonight. I don't care. I'm good. You know, I didn't have a lot of high expectations on what they would do this year anyway. But man, I am just, now that I think about it, like, I'm just amazed that they took that. Like, they really were planning that big ceremony on the night that they would play Carolina. Maybe they should have did the little ceremony the night before and then came to play the game.
Well, man, you know, it's great and exciting, and it's a big boost for Hubert Davis, the coach of Carolina, and the African-American coach at UNC Chapel Hill is great. Yeah. So, man, it's going to be exciting stuff moving forward. Yeah. And part of the night, Jay, is going to be about basketball. Yeah. But now you got a basketball story about sports, but we got a basketball story about life. Yeah, man. With Brittney Griner. We're going to be talking about that tonight. But we're going to start off tonight talking a little bit about something to help everybody who is in a tough situation now. Okay. And so, you know, we always do it this way in the Black Court. We start you off with those vegetables. Yep. And then we get to that sweet, sweet dessert, which is usually going to be, you know, sports or entertainment. Did you come up with that? The vegetables and the dessert? Yeah, you know, that's what your grandma used to do. Eat your vegetables first. All right, so we warming up that skillet for you right now. That skillet, Eastern North Carolina done. And we're going to get to those, we're going to get to the sweet stuff later, but we're going to start off talking about Social Security and protecting your future. Okay. And what the Social Security system is about. So that's how we're going to pop it off tonight. I think it's going to be important because it's funny. We live it. Yeah. Every day at my law practice. We practice Social Security law. Yeah. And we do Social Security across the country. Yeah. It's one of those things, Jay, where, you know, at first it's kind of like, you know, people file for Social Security when they get in a situation. So the claims were, I won't say few and far between, but it's gone from being a lot of people filing to a massive number of people filing. You saying recently? Yeah. Okay. And as the economy gets worse, as people age out of the workforce, or they develop injuries, or they suffer an illness, even a COVID-related illness, for example, they get into a situation where, Jay, they just can't work anymore. Yeah. And what do you do when you find that you want to work, but your body just won't let you do it anymore, man? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, those unfortunate situations where people find that they just can't work anymore. Yeah, it's funny. You talked about you guys practicing law as it relates to Social Security all over the country. You know, I was fortunate to be in your office for a really long time. You know, just being beside you for so long, I've heard you talk about Social Security. Our guy LG Leonard Graham, I've heard him on the phone, you know, many times, man, who's one of the most compassionate people as it relates to
dealing with clients and the things and the struggles they go through as you guys take them through the process. So I just wanted to take a minute and say, man, I commend you guys for all the work that you're doing. And I think tonight people will understand what goes into providing that service for folks.
Man, Jay, it's really sad because we get a lot of calls from individuals who just find themselves put out of the workplace for various reasons. Some of them are terminated at a time when they are suffering from some type of physical or emotional impairment, and they just don't have any options, and they want to figure out where to go. So the first thing I'll tell you all out there is that there are programs out there to help when you find yourself in a situation where you just can't work anymore.
Okay.
Most of the clients that we have are, in their 50s, 60s, and they've worked a long time at certain places.
Okay.
And they have an injury on the job, or they have an illness, and they find that they just can't do it anymore.
Okay.
But there are two programs under the Social Security Administration that you can tap into if you find that you feel you're in a situation where you're disabled.
Okay.
And there's SSI.
Okay.
And then there's SSDI.
Okay. What's the difference?
SSI is a social program that is set up to help individuals who find themselves with disabling injuries.
Okay.
And it is a program that is designed to help you if you find that you don't have adequate resources and you're disabled.
Okay.
Typically, you can opt into that program even when you don't have recent quarters of work.
Okay.
Then there's SSDI, where an individual has worked recently, has contributed into the Social Security disability system, but now find themselves in a disabled situation. Doesn't have anything to do with what your resources is. It has everything to do with the fact that you contributed into the system, but now you're disabled. So there are two types of Social Security claims that people can opt into. So one lesson I tell everybody, and LG tells them too, is even if you haven't worked in a while, don't be reluctant to go ahead and pursue or file a Social Security claim and move forward, because it can provide you with some very valuable benefits. The other thing is with the SSDI claims, you get Medicare.
Okay.
And that's another big thing for a lot of our claimants, a lot of the people who work with us, is that, man, they need medical treatment and they need it bad. It is the most disturbing and disheartening thing when somebody comes to the office and you know that they need medical treatment and they need a lot of it, and they just don't have the if you think it's not real, I'm telling you, we deal with it every day.
Yeah.
There are many people out there who don't have the resources to get the medical treatment that they need, and they haven't been able to find a program out there that helps them get the treatment or medical access that they need. So it's sad.
Yeah. When you say that, they haven't worked in a while, can you describe that scenario? Like, what has happened where they haven't worked in a while and they need those benefits?
Yeah, so you might have a person, let's give an example, a person who has worked up until 2019.
Okay.
And they've accumulated the necessary quarters to get into the Social Security system, but you have to go ahead and file in a timely manner. You can't wait until your quarters expire.
Okay.
So you can't wait forever.
Okay.
So when you get into a situation where you phased out of the workplace, it is important to file for Social Security benefits as quickly as you can.
So you can't just be like, oh, this old leg been hurting, but one day I'll call an old lawyer about it.
No, go ahead and file as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And there are different valuations on the benefits. So it is very important to, if you can, opt into the SSDI system, which is based on your contribution into the system and the quarters that you contribute, and get that claim filed and get it going as quickly as possible. Because let me tell you something else. It takes a long time to get Social Security benefits. And I can't emphasize that enough. You have to be patient. That's why you want to file as early as possible. You don't want to wait, because there's going to be a period of time. Me and Graham talk about it all the time. Let's suppose you have a herniated disc at the job.
Yeah.
And you are out of work for a year, receiving workers' compensation. And you say, you know something? I need a fusion surgery. So the doctors give you fusion surgery.
Yeah.
you're 61 years old. Let's say you're 58 years old.
Yeah.
And you're in a situation where you say, now, I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to work. I hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having difficulty walking.
Yeah.
And I've got all these health challenges now.
Yeah.
I need to go ahead and file for Social Security. Well, you file, and we go through what we call the initial review or initial determination, right?
Yeah.
That can take, months and months and months. I'm talking about 6 months to a year.
Wow.
And once you go through that initial determination, Social Security will review your medical notes and render a decision. Let me tell you now, 90 to 95% of the time, you're going to be denied on the initial filing.
Man, you going kind of fast, man. Like, not going fast, but you hitting me, hitting us with a lot of information. And I just want you to get a little deeper, or go a little deeper on some stuff. Like, first of all, of course, you said there's people that you see come into your office and you know that they need some benefits. You know that they're hurting, right? But I wanted to know, like, first of all, why does it take so long? I know that's what you're getting to, but like, why does it take so long? But I guess before that, like, why would someone be denied if we know that they need the service? Those are the two big things I've never understood about this.
Man, if someone out there has an answer, they're a genius. It's just how it is.
Okay.
That's how the Social Security Administration is. They have so many claims, so much of a workload that it's very difficult for them to process these claims quickly.
Okay.
And so then you get your denial after your initial filing. A lot of people are disturbed by that. They, like you said, they're like, hey, look, I got a herniated disc. I can barely walk. I hurt all the time.
Yeah.
I may have high blood pressure. I may have some other impairments. How in the world am I not disabled? What I'm telling you is that you probably are disabled. It's just that the Social Security Administration was more than likely going to deny you regardless the first time.
Why? Can you help me with that? Like, is that just standard procedure? Like, denied? Like,
I won't say it's standard procedure.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you how it is.
But that is something that if we're trying to provide value for viewers and listeners, and if they have a parent or a grandparent or somebody or themselves that are hearing us talk about this and they're going through this, and I know it is, it's somebody that's going through this right now, and they like, dog, I'm hurting right now watching this podcast, dog. Like, brother, why I know I'm hurting. They know, like, why? What is the issue? Is it fraud that people are afraid of fraud, or
no? That's not it. It's just that's the way it is. Social Security, I believe, a long time ago made a decision that one of the issues is that we want to make sure that people are serious about their claims, and one way to weed people out is through attrition, because they get frustrated and they don't appeal their initial denying.
Wow.
But I got some other news for you.
Yeah.
When you get denied the first time on the initial filing, you're going to file what we call a request for reconsideration. Mm-hmm. And guess what's going to happen to that?
What?
It's going to get denied. I'm going to tell you now.
Okay, hold on. How far are we in the process now at this point?
Oh, man, what LG, a year and a half or something?
Man, talking to Mike, dog, for real. That's crazy. I know you working, you doing stuff, but come on, dog.
How long we in now?
So,
just talking to Mike, man. You good?
So initial filings right now, they'll say it'll take 3 to 6 months to get a response.
Yeah.
It could take longer, like Ken says. So once you get to the request for reconsideration, now you're looking at another 3 to 6 months.
That's insane if I'm sitting here with a herniated disc, Ken.
And I'm going to tell you, LG, is we've had reconsiderations, I know for sure, that have been over a year after the initial filing.
So I'm just sitting here, someone's just sitting at home, dog, hurting. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep it a band. I'd have heard LG on the phone with some people who have been in pain. And I want to let you do your thing, man, but I just, that is something that's always stuck in my craw. I don't understand that.
And so you said, how do we give people value?
Yes, sir.
The value that we're giving you is that you don't need to give up.
Okay.
That is just the way the system is.
Okay.
Okay, they're going to deny you twice.
Mm-hmm.
I tell a lot of clients, I don't care if you're partially paralyzed, they're going to deny you twice.
Wow.
And that's just the way the Social Security Administration is. But there's good news.
Okay, please, because
There's good news.
I need some right now. I'm like, boy, I need to go to the gym right now, dog. Let me do something right. I'm sorry.
You've been patient. You've submitted all your documentation. Social Security may send you out for an examination or an evaluation. You've attended the doctor's visits you could attend with the resources that you have. All that information has been submitted to the Social Security Administration. You've been denied twice, and your good attorney has
excellent attorney
now filed a request for hearing.
Okay.
And the request for hearing and the hearing itself is your best opportunity to get Social Security benefits.
Oh, we're going to see the judge now.
Now you're going to see the judge. And what it's been like for the last year and a half is you've been talking to the judge on the phone.
Okay.
But now you get an opportunity to deal with the judge.
Okay.
Administrative law judge will hear your case. And guess what? Other than you talking possibly to the Social Security Administration doctors, this is the opportunity for you to tell someone finally what you go through day to day. But a word of caution. This ain't about your old job.
There's another word of caution. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you eliminate just your old job, that's not how you get Social Security benefits. We have to eliminate any work.
Hold on. I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, like, if I was welding or if I was a stock clerk or I was doing whatever, you saying, and that's the job that I had. I've been doing that for 20 years. Right? And I'm hurt. I am hurt, right? I'm hurt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And now that I'm hurt, you saying what now?
Saying you go in there and say, Judge, I can't do welding. And then the judge says, well, what if you had a little sit-down job? Because that's how they get slick with you. What if you had a little sit-down job, Mr. Harris? And all you had to do was just answer the phone. Oh, well, yeah, I think I can probably do that. But then your claim just got lost.
The setup.
You have to be totally disabled.
Wow.
In order to get Social Security disability benefits. That's why we say it is very important once you get past reconsideration. If you don't hire an attorney, you need to consult with one.
Okay.
Because you really need to be tuned in to how you say things.
Okay.
At a Social Security hearing judge. You got to remember, these judges have been doing this for forever.
Yeah.
There's a vocational expert that will testify at your hearing about jobs that they think that you can perform in the general economy despite
your injuries.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And it's almost like no matter what type of injuries you have, generally during that first round of questioning with the vocational expert, they're going to come up with some jobs that they're going to say that you can do.
What?
So you got to remember that the goal at your hearing is to eliminate all jobs. What gets you to that point where you have eliminated all jobs such that after this wait, you are finally eligible for Social Security? There are a couple of things that work.
Okay.
Number one.
Because I'm discouraged right now.
This is the big one.
Okay.
The P word. Pain. If you have constant pain.
Constant.
Guess what constant pain does?
What?
Constant pain
hurt?
Limits your...
I'm sorry.
Constant pain hurts.
Yeah, okay.
But constant pain limits your ability to focus and concentrate.
Okay, all right.
And that affects your ability to do any job.
So that look, what if you had a little, or how he was asking, or he or she was asking, what if you had a little desk job where you do this? If you can't focus because you're in pain the whole time, that makes it difficult.
Judge, I'm hurting so bad I can't even focus on that.
I want to see you right now, dog.
Matter of fact, what did you ask? What you asked me just now? You know, it's like that. If you can't concentrate in 2-hour increments,
which is real. If you ever been in pain and hurt, that's real.
Then that will typically get you into that range where the judge will say, look, this person can't do anything.
All right, so P is for pain.
That's
all right.
right.
What's next?
The other thing is if you have to lay down or recline for a substantial period of time. See, because no job will allow you to do that, and the vocational expert and the judge knows that. So if you're in a situation where you, because of a back injury, or because of a leg injury, or because you're hurting, you have to lie down 2 hours out of the day. I always ask the question, Look, if you had an 8-hour job,
Yeah.
how many hours out of that 8 hours would you have to lie down because of your back pain? Well, Mr. Harris, I'd have to lie down at least 2.5, 3 hours. There's no job that can accommodate that.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's answering the phone or just doing consulting with customers.
Yeah.
And, you can't get around that if you're the vocational expert or the judge. The other thing is the question of whether or not you can get to work each day.
Get to work.
Yeah. What if you are in a situation where you're hurting real bad in the morning? You're hurting so bad that you no longer drive.
Yeah.
You're in a situation where your mornings are so bad from a pain situation or from an ambulatory situation. You're trying to get up, get going, moving. You can't do it, so you can only guarantee your employer you be at work, 4 days a week on time.
Okay.
That also is a limiting factor that could cause a judge to say, look, bottom line is you can't come to work. Well, then we know that you're not employed.
Do you need both of those or just one of those scenarios?
The first two factors, the pain and the having to lie down, they call it being off task for a substantial period of the workday. Those are things that are primary in terms of what the judge is thinking about when they're asking you questions about what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
Why is that important? Because most people make the mistake of thinking two things. One, if I can't do my past job, I'm entitled to Social Security.
Yeah.
Or this is all about my mechanical disabilities.
Yeah.
I can't walk. I can't lift. I can't push.
Yeah.
I can't pull. Nope. If you can sit, the judge is going to shift the focus and say you can do a sit-down job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, listen, that's a lot, bro. Like, that really is a lot. And I feel for anyone, that has to go through that. So I do have a question. So, all right, let's say, you've gone through this whole process. Now you've had your hearing, correct? Now, if I'm still in pain, that means I need to get something fixed, right? So am I getting that fixed to just get me out of pain, or am I getting it fixed to get healthy and to do something else? Like what happens after that? I wanted to understand that.
You've had your Social Security hearing. You've gone in and testified. The judge will review your medical notes and your testimony and make a decision about whether or not you're disabled.
Okay.
If you're disabled, and Graham knows the timelines more than I do, I'm focused on the litigation side of it. Yeah. But if you're disabled, the judge can award you substantial past due benefits. So let's suppose we're having your hearing today, but you became disabled in 2019. You can get all that money going back in one lump sum check. What is the waiting period, Graham? Is it 5 months, 6 months?
It's 5 months for disability claim, Social Security disability, and 30 days for SSI claims.
Okay.
So you got that period. You have to chop off the front end.
Okay.
But then after that, if you are entitled to benefits, the judge goes back to that date and gives you that lump sum. So a lot of our clients who get benefits, the first thing that happens is they get that lump sum check.
Oh, okay.
And so they're real excited about that. Then they get the monthly benefits. And then 2 years after the onset date, they become eligible if they have an SSDI claim. Okay. Now they're eligible for Medicare.
Oh, okay.
And so that Medicare will step in and pay those medical expenses for your medical treatment. So this could be a huge win for a person who's disabled. Yeah.
So what's the hardest part, I guess, is just trying to get someone to endure the process. Yeah. Right.
It really is. And it's sad, but if you understand the process, you can anticipate what's going to happen, and you go into it with eyes open, it's a whole lot easier. And you know that the goal typically is to get to that hearing and have your day. Yeah. So you can tell the judge, look, this is what I go through, and there's no way I can do any job. And if you look at it that way and you do a good job testifying, a lot of times it'll come out well.
What's that song? Hold out?
Help is on the way. Yeah, that's how it is, man. But I'm always excited to talk about it because there's so many people who need it. Yeah. And when we have a client and they get their benefits, a lot of times they'll cry and they're so happy. And we had one last week. It was just really, the judge oftentimes will just wait and write the opinion and send it to you. Yeah. But there are times when the judge will make an exception and tell you right then and there that they're going to render a decision for you. And when we get those and the client is happy and crying and just thankful because it's like that ordeal is over.
Yeah.
I've gone through all these couple of years, no money coming in, no medical treatment, no resources, and finally I'm there and I can relax.
And I'm in pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a very rewarding area.
Yeah. Man, that's a lot, bro. I feel for anyone who's having to deal with any type of pain for that long in a situation like that, man. That's tough. But I've been, like I said, I've been privileged to see you and LG do that type of work for many, many years. So, my hat's off to both you guys for, not only doing an excellent job, but for caring for people at the same time.
Well, man, my hat's off to LG.
Yeah.
That brother is on the phone all day long, every day, talking to these folks. He's the most patient person in the world. Man. Yeah. And even when they're upset about the timing and screaming and all that, because they're hurting.
Yeah.
LG stays balanced and all that, man.
And they want that pain to stop at that moment. When they on the phone, they probably been in pain so long. They're like, let me
let me vent. They want that pain to stop and those benefits to come in. And sometimes there are no quick answers.
Yeah.
But that brother really works with him and does a fantastic job, man. Yeah. So I really
shout out to LG, my guy.
LG is
my guy.
I said, I can't say that. LG. I gotta quit saying that.
What you was gonna say?
LG.
That's against the law to say.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know what it means. But anyway.
No. You can say J-Heezy, LGZ, L-Jizzle.
L-Jizzle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're cool with that.
Yeah,
cool. No problem then. All right. L-Jizzle. L-Jizzle on the Social Security tip.
Hey, he was in Social Security mode. He was being extra cautious.
I can relax now.
You can say Jizzle, dog.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been snapped into lawyers.
I know, man.
But man, so those are the vegetables tonight, man. Social Security law, man. But we got to get to that dessert.
Man, bring that basketball back up.
Let me bring that out, man. You know what I'm saying?
We got to have we're gonna have a family discussion tonight, dog. We need to have a real discussion tonight. So, I know you're an attorney, but we got to talk about some stuff, how you got to operate out here, man.
Okay. Talk to me.
Oh, you want me to talk about this? You want me to lead it off?
Yeah, go ahead and lead that thing off.
So, shout out to, I'm going to say it like this. So, man, I remember being, what year was this? Maybe in 2006 or so, maybe even earlier than that. You remember when World Star first came out, right?
Yeah.
So I was, Graham was very familiar with World Star. I'm sorry, put your business out there, but Graham's very familiar with World Star. Everyone is. I remember there was a video that surfaced on World Star, and it said 8th grade female basketball star can dunk. Something like that. I click on the video, and I wanted to see it. And man, there was this young lady just dunking a basketball with so much ease in the 8th grade. And couldn't find out it was Brittney Griner. Shout out to Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner right now, if people don't know, is being detained in Russia because what happened was she was trying to come home with all of the news about what's happening in the Ukraine, Russia's invasion into Ukraine. And Brittney is a WNBA player, but during her offseason of the WNBA, she plays for a Russian team. WNBA players don't make a lot of money, Ken, as you know, but they make a ton of money overseas. So Brittney was over there playing. Season is going on. I guess it's wrapping up because the WNBA season is starting soon this spring. But on her way, or while she was at the airport, she's trying to go through customs, and guess what? You supposed to say what?
What?
No. She had some hashish oil, aka if my mama watching, weed, or derivative of weed, I guess.
Allegedly.
Huh? Allegedly she had?
Yeah, allegedly.
Well, let me say it like this. It's being reported that she had hashish oil. And that, I can say it right. Is being detained in Russia after customs officials said they found hashish oil in her luggage at an airport near Moscow in February. This is according to a report by the New York Times. Okay. The Russian Federal Customs Service on Saturday alleged it searched luggage believed to belong to Griner and found vape cartridges, that contained oil derived from cannabis, which is weed, mama, if you're watching, a crime that carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. Yeah. So I'm going to stop there. Brittney Griner has been detained in Russia since February 17th. Okay? And now this is, I got a couple of things to say. Well, let me set you up like this, Ken. Let me say this. Because this is what I have a problem with. Let me first say, my disclaimer is this. Prayers for Brittney Griner. I hope that she gets home safely. Bring Brittney home. If I got to do a hashtag, bring Brittney home, I'll do all of that. But Ken, I'm going to get your thoughts, but I'm going to tell you something, man. I ain't going to say the dumbest thing, but I think this is not smart for her to be headed to the airport and in a certain situation where Russia is invading the country. And this is why she was on her way home. Let me one more thing. I want to read this. The State Department issued a do not travel advisory for Russia on January 23rd that warned Americans against traveling to Russia because of the potential for harassment against U.S. citizens, the embassy's limited ability to assist U.S. citizens in Russia, COVID-19, of course, and related entry restrictions, terrorism, and I underline this, harassment by Russian government security officials, and the arbitrary enforcement of local law. So let me say this. I want to say this to you, Ken. All right. So you're in Russia. You're playing ball, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when you are on teams like this and you're in another country and you're from the United States, first of all, a lot of people know who you are over there, right? The second thing is when you get a warning from the State Department or the embassy or anything like that, it's hard for me to believe that doesn't circulate to someone like Brittney Griner, who's an NBA player and who's playing over there. That news is getting out there. That was on January 23rd. She didn't try to leave for whatever reason until February 17th, almost a month later. And I'm gonna start right there. I want to get you. I've been talking like because I got a whole lot of smoke for Brittney tonight, but I want to see what you think first.
All right. So one of the things that has been problematic with the Russian legal system or the police system there is that there has always been this underlying feeling that they would generate issues for Russian citizens and foreign nationals. Mm-hmm. So the first question I would have is whether or not this is a legitimate arrest.
Okay.
And, I guess nobody really knows the answer right now, but, there's always that concern that this is a setup.
Okay.
And that they set Brittney up and they put this in her bag or did whatever they did. And if they did, it would be because of who she is and what was going on in Russia at the time in terms of this planning for the Ukraine system and this big campaign against, the West and Western interests. So the one thing I would want to say is that I'm kind of reserving a little bit of judgment because we don't know whether or not it was set up. Now, when you talk about the timing of when she was leaving and all that, I don't know the answer to that either. Mm-hmm. But I'm right. I think you're right. If I got word that, the State Department was issuing that type of warning, I'd be wanting to get out as quickly as possible.
So the only thing about whether or not this is legitimate or not, so Brittney was attempting to leave on February 17th. Like I said, that was close to a month, almost 25 days or so after the State Department issued that advisory. The rest of the players made it out. Everybody else made it out, and they left after her. They left on, if I'm not mistaken, it was February 27th. So the United States Embassy in Moscow sent out a security alert on February 22nd. Now, this is the second one, right? Now, Brittney's already in custody at this time, or was detained at this time. And they said at that time, an increasing number of airlines are canceling flights into and out of Russia. And numerous countries have closed their airspace to Russian airlines. U.S. citizens should consider departing Russia immediately via commercial options still available. So my issue is this, bro. All right. If I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I'm just saying, if it's happening anyway near, let's say she forgot it, that something was in her bag or not. I'm just, my instincts, and I know she's not me, I'm not her. But as soon as I hear any type of warning like that coming, like she's been in the WNBA for 9 seasons. Mm-hmm. I would anticipate that she's been playing overseas for close to 8 or 9 seasons. So she's familiar. She flies over there. You can't fly with anything that would be any type of issue. And I hate to be that guy. I don't want to, I want her to return home safely. But bruh, if you know it's time to go, maybe even if you didn't leave on time, maybe she still had games to play. Maybe she needed more information, whatever. But here's my real issue. When it's time to go, you got to go. And the first thing you need to do is be like, yo, I got to make sure everything, if I smoke, let's keep it 100. If I smoke, then I know I can't keep nothing on me. I need to get rid of that. Matter of fact, I can't leave it in the room. I got to make sure I throw it away somewhere. So I just don't understand not having that mechanism go off. I'll take one of your words. Why there's no mechanism going off in your mind to say, yo, I got this. It might be an issue. Let me throw it away.
I think that's why people are thinking it may be a setup, because that's kind of, like you say, an amateurish move to have a vape and cannabis oil in your baggage while you're traveling. And I think that's, again, and so you wouldn't expect her to make that mistake. It's too easy to avoid that mistake. So that's why I think there's some speculation that this may have been a setup, because of who she is. And it allows the Russian government to pull another chess piece over to them, because she is a high profile person. They can leverage that in terms of their relationship with the West. So I think you're expressing the very reasons why people are a little concerned that maybe this was something that the Russian government pulled together. She's facing, it's really tough, because they have a zero tolerance policy for narcotics in Russia.
Yeah.
And so, it's a really tough scenario. And their legal system is not like ours.
No.
We have an adversarial legal system where you got the prosecutor on one side and you got the defense attorney on the other side. Both sides generate information and they fight it out in court. And the prosecutor has a very significant, I would say, disadvantage in that the burden of proof is against them. So they have to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. In Russia, it's a little different. You have a quote-unquote prosecutor, and their job is to pull together all the information so that it goes into a file. Mm-hmm. And the defense attorney contributes to that, but really it's that file itself, that data that is contributed into the file, that controls generally the outcome of the case.
Yeah.
And so you don't have that substantial advocacy on the defendant side, generating your own information and manipulating your own information and then using it at trial in the way you want. You've got kind of the system contributing to putting all the information in a bundle. Mm-hmm. And that bundle is the basis of how the case is determined. So it's going to be an uphill battle for her, because if in that bundle you just have straightforward data indicating that she had this in her possession and it is a crime, then it's going to be tough, because she might very well easily get it convicted. And then the other problem is that this is not one of those cases, I don't think, where the embassy is going to have a lot of impact. First of all, the embassy personnel is greatly reduced.
I was about to say that, yeah.
They gone. And so you ain't got nobody, over there handling business.
They gone, though.
We gonna call on Brittney again.
Nah, go down there and check on her. Nah, bro.
Yeah, they home. So that's number one. And then two, Russia has this type of thing where they just treat you like a Russian citizen. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get caught up in that legal justice system, you might as well be Russian. Yeah.
Listen, I'm Ken. You're shooting Brittney some bail right now, pun intended, and I commend you for that. But the fact that it is something like vape cartridges, that it was found in her luggage or whatever. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Like I said before, I wasn't there, but I can see people do it all the time. Well, they've done it a lot, I should say. I don't want to speak in absolutes, but people leave stuff in their luggage, bro. And this is why I'm emphasizing that as soon as the State Department issued any type of advisory, I don't care if I got games left. I don't care if I'm leaving stuff. I'm leaving, like, I don't care. I gotta leave some J's over there that I paid a stack for. If I got a jerk, like, I don't care. I'm leaving. This is unprecedented, and I'm not gonna say I don't believe her, bro, but it's just hard for me to believe that it seems realistic, like somebody could leave something like that, like some vape cartridges in their bag, and I just feel like she slipped, bro, and that's too crazy to do that in a time like this.
I think I gotta disagree with you.
That's what we're here for.
We talking about Putin now.
Okay.
And Putin was what's called a KGB or whatever over there.
Yeah.
This brother know all the tricks of the trade, and I would not put it past him or them for 1 minute to say, Brittney Griner right there going through customs. And we getting ready to handle our business with the Ukraine. We need some leverage, and she's a target. And I don't think anybody would put it past the Russians to do it to because there's been allegations that they do it to their own citizens. Yeah. So you got her coming through. It's easy to believe that all they did was handle their business and put that in her bag and arrest her because she's a high-profile athlete who, I agree with you, may have made the mistake of staying too long. It's just like in a bad relationship, dog. She might have stayed a couple of weeks too long.
That is my point, Rock. That's my point. That's my point, man. That's why you get out of town. That's why you jet. That's why you burn the road up.
Yeah.
She should have. I don't care if she needed it or not. You like, okay, there's a war or there's a situation about to happen that has never happened since I've been in the WNBA or since she's been in the WNBA. So that you got to get out of town.
The other thing, though, is just the believability of the circumstances. I mean, we're here in the United States, so it's kind of easy to look at her and say, you should have done A, B, C, or D. But imagine if you're in Russia, you're making a ton of money, and it's cool where you are. Ain't nothing, like, it's an average day. And you're thinking...
Let me say this real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but with limited communication, it's not like they have all the same communication and media stuff that we have here in the United States. I do want to say that.
That's true. And then you talk about the privilege that athletes carry themselves with, especially star athletes. She's thinking, I'm a star athlete, everything cool.
I'm good.
Russia loves me. I love Russia, the United States. I'm playing over here. I'm a star.
Dog.
And so, I'm going to roll when it's time to roll. And she might have been rolling clean.
She could.
And she get to the airport and she like, what in the world is going on? I didn't have,
That's right.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is the way we do it over here. And, take her on in. So
it's just mighty funny that she's the only athlete that was over there and they said, oh, that's Brittney Griner, stop her. And maybe let me stop tripping. If I know her over here, then she's over there. I'm sure people know who she is.
Oh, yeah.
And all of that stuff. I did want to say this. The U.S. representative, I think his name is Colin Allred, says he's working with the State Department to secure release of WNBA star Brittney Griner from Russia. He played football at Baylor. You know that Brittney went to Baylor and did her thing there. He said, my office has been in touch with the State Department and we're working with them to see what's the best way forward. I know the administration is working hard to try and get the access to her and try to be helpful here. But obviously, it's also happening in the context of really strained relations. I do think that it's really unusual that we've not been granted access to her from our embassy and our consular services.
I just wonder how effective that's going to be, man, in this situation, man, because it's a different world now over there, man. They at war. I don't know how diplomacy is really going to help Brittney Griner right now, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, Listen, all right.
that didn't feel like dessert.
That was go ahead.
Man, I know we getting down late in the show, man, but that didn't feel like dessert. Can we talk about something a little lighter, man? And prayers for Brittney Griner,
I'm sorry,
her family, her wife, her all those who are concerned. We're really praying that she gets back here safe.
Listen, prayers for Brittney. If you want to call it Brittney, prayers for Brittney Griner. I'm a big fan, and I really, pray for her safe return. But this is a valuable lesson for her. If you smoke, if you do something that you know you're not supposed to be doing, man, dog, just make sure you straight before you leave. And if they did this to her intentionally, then that's crazy all in itself, man.
All right, man, we're going to talk about something a little lighter before we get out of here, man.
What else are we going to talk about?
ACC tournament.
Oh, I forgot
Hills
about
play
that.
tonight. We on basketball tonight. Then I think, man, we got the Nets playing the 76ers. It's man, this is the best time of the year, man, for basketball. It don't get no better than this, dog. I'm excited, man.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm so hyped, man. I got a little too hyped, man.
I thought you was hyperventilating, dog.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Man, yeah, the 76ers played the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Shout out to my man Ben Simmons.
James Harden killing him.
James Harden doing his thing. You was hating. I ain't gonna act like you weren't talking crazy about a couple weeks ago,
I
dog.
was, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to forget that. I'm sorry.
I
didn't
hated
mean to bring that up on the
I got so hyped the other night watching old Harden highlights, man. Harden, that boy, man, because you can't check him now,
You
man.
cannot check
Embiid
that.
and him on the same floor, that's unnatural, man.
Yeah. Hopefully, so the little hubbub, the little thing going on right now is Ben Simmons is planning to make the trip to Philadelphia. He's not going to play, but he's going to go on the bench. Let me tell you something.
I misjudged that thing, man. I misjudged that thing on Simmons, man. You told me, you warned me, man.
I tried to help you, dog.
He still ain't played a game yet, man.
Them boys trying to make the play-in.
Yeah.
The playing game. The playing game to make the playoffs.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, that's why I was like, yo, man, Philly is a problem.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But I think Ben Simmons is going to get booed if he go out there on that bench, man. So to protect his mental health, I think he needs to stay in the locker room.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he need to get out there and do something now.
He's still not playing, though.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, man. It had me hyped. I was just waiting for him to get out there, man, handle some business.
It's only like 17 games left in the season. He still ain't played, dog.
Man. There's something we don't know.
Yeah. My prayers for him, because obviously he's not playing.
So anyway,
I mean, he's not playing and he's not playing.
I'm wrong on a lot of things, and that's one of them, man. I call that trade wrong. But, man, are the Heels going to win the ACC tournament, man? I know we got all y'all Heels fans out there. Y'all give us your predictions in the comments and all that. But, man, I want to know, Jay, what's your prediction, man? It started with Heels play tonight.
Nah,
they play Virginia tonight.
I watched a little bit of, while I was working, I was sneaking a peek at the Syracuse Duke game. No, I don't think. I think Carolina. I feel like they're playing better. I'm glad that they had the win against Duke, the win against Syracuse. I think they'll go deep, but I think if they run into Duke again, I think it'll be pretty difficult. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be, realistic about it, but I would love for them to win. We'll see.
Yeah, if they get past Virginia tonight, I think they will make it to the finals. But I do have a hard time seeing them get past Duke in the finals. In addition to that, when you talk about the NCAA tournament, the Heels are good.
Yeah.
But I don't get the impression that they're that ultra quality team that can get all the way through the tournament. No. But who knows? Because, man, if they play like they played against Duke and that was real,
yeah,
man, they can beat anybody. They're one of these teams that can beat anybody on any given night, but they can lose to anybody on any given night.
Yeah, I just, man, we're just along for the ride this year, man. However far they go, I'll be happy with. As far as winning the ACC tournament, I think they have a better chance to do that than they do, going really deep into the NCAA tournament. But we'll see. Go Heels all day, man. Listen, I'm gonna watch.
Hey, man, go Heels. Hey,
y'all already made me feel good this year.
You know what I'm saying? It's already done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's great. And man, this guy,
you got the same energy I'm about to have, dog. Go ahead.
No, man, this dude done wrote up on the wall.
Man, turn the phone off, man. Get on the mic so we can climb you for what you're trying to do.
This dude wrote up on the wall, make sure we shout out Tiger Woods, made it into the Golf Hall of Fame.
Already recording, dog. You ain't got to hold that up, man.
Ain't nobody thinking about no Tiger Woods making it to nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He ruined the fate of all folks who want black folks who want to go.
Hey man, listen, just for people that don't know, Ken and I keep some Tiger Woods slander going on for LG, man. Shout out to LG, my man Chris Hall. They love Tiger Woods. But
anybody who's Coplin Asian, man, I got problems.
LG is Coplin Asian. Cablasian. That's LG. Get on the mic, man. Why you want to talk about T Woods? What happened?
Man, he made it to the Golf Hall of Fame, man. You got to give him his props.
And that just came down. You just seen the news that happened.
Yeah, it just happened last night. Just got that award last night, man.
All right, man. Shout out to Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer ever. He made
none of the listeners are interested. We losing people as we speak, man. They like, please, if y'all don't go.
They were like, Tiger Woods. I didn't
Woods
hear about him.
That ain't even a news story no more, man. Tiger Woods makes
man. I mean, my son, Lil Jay, is 10 years old, dog. I be like, hey, you know, Tiger Woods was the greatest golfer of all time.
We had all these hopes and dreams.
We ain't even seen him play.
Yeah. We had all these hopes and dreams. Look, man. I give Tiger his props, man. But I thought he was gonna break Jack Nicklaus' record, and we gonna able to say we got a black golfer who's the best of all time, man. And scandal after scandal, accident after accident. Man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of Tiger Woods. So
man,
I'm glad he made it to. He made it to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, man.
I mean, good stuff. That's not even news. We knew that was gonna happen, but shout out to LG.
Did that even make it on ESPN report that? Did anybody?
Hey,
I didn't hear it, man.
I didn't hear it. He talking about it happened last night, but Grant got all the news bulletins from Golf Digest and all that, so he get all the news first when it comes to golf.
About some shout out to Tiger. He got on the board and shout out to Tiger Woods for making all the.
We've been doing this podcast for a couple of months now. Graham ain't never got up and tried to do no breaking news about something we need to talk about. I thought he was writing
up something on the board about Kyrie or Jordan or shout out to Tiger Woods. Man, you must be crazy, man.
All right, man. We sorry. Shout out to Tiger Woods, man.
Yeah, golf hall. Tiger made Golf Hall of Fame.
Golf Hall of Fame. Congratulations, dog. Right, man. That's incredible.
We sorry for y'all for ending the show saying a down note.
We had nothing but some cold grits on this episode. We had no dessert tonight, dog.
Now you're gonna erase it.
Erase it.
All right, thank y'all for joining us tonight, man. And we're gonna keep it upbeat. We're gonna have some better dessert next week. But we love y'all.
Brittney, free Brittney.
Free Brittney. And let's go, man.
Yeah, in the black court, man. We see y'all next time.
Peace.
Yeah.